Anthony and David Aldridge. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. You've got White. Torrey Craig is out there with Levine, and it's Vucevic, and it's Giddey in at the 2 spot. Pass to Craig. On the wing, Levine. Here's White, and that comes off the assist by Levine.
Yeah, it seems like White's got that in-between range figured out.
Carter against White. Wembanyama, a screen on White. And it's Carter missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah. It seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Here's Vucevic. Rebound by Sohan.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection. Despite the miss. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. Their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. White with it, now guarded by Wembanyama, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. He's still growing as a player, knocking down shots. His confidence is sky high. His approach will take him a long way.
I got to believe, as a coach, that is incredibly satisfying to have that kind of play.
Yeah, it really is when you have a guy like that and he just keeps getting better.
Chicago making a switch here. Smith is checked in. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And right now, the Spurs, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlook them as a top team.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Carter with the 3, and it's Carter again missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
White looking around. And it's Smith finishing it off.
Nice job there by Levine, making the extra pass and putting it on the money.
Carter against White. Carter outside. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Carter's got 9.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
So we've got a report from the sideline. Let's get the scoop on MP.
Thanks, guys. As you know, MP grew up in the Chicago area, and he has great respect for the Jordan Bulls era. I asked him if that shaped him as a player, and he said, without a doubt. I saw the professionalism it took for that team to win 6 titles, and I knew I had to match it. That level of excellence is something I'll always strive for, and I'll always have love for Chicago. You can see how much the Bulls franchise means to him, guys.
Isn't that nice? So good to see. Thanks, TA. Not a bad dynasty to model your approach after either. Smith sets the pick for Giddey. The rebound by Johnson. San Antonio leading by 4. Back to Carter. And he converts the layup. 14 points for him.
You like to see Castle creating opportunities for his team.
And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
That shot, the 3
Connects again from distance.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Vucevic. Horton Tucker comes in for Zach LaVine. Osumu, he's checked in for Josh Giddey. And Ball subbed in for White. Smith the pass to Osumu to halt the run. Misses from close range. Spurs leading by 9. Here's Carter. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's denied. Massey the pass to Carter. And they recover it. Lets it go with a 3. And again for 3.
And he's shattered the franchise single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all season long. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Don't go. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
So the Bulls 5 right now. You've got Talen Horton-Tucker. Smith is out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's Ball in at the guard position. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Carter with the 3. That doesn't go either for Carter.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Screen by Smith. Dosunmu. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. So both teams changing it up here. And so that brings the first half to a close. Spurs lead by 7. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the San Antonio Spurs.
They've been in fuego from downtown, finding space and letting it go, showing no signs of letting up, guys.
As a three-point shooter yourself, Chet, this has to bring you back.
Oh, my gosh, those were the good old days.
And now, time to glance at the power rankings midway through this regular season.
When I look at San Antonio, they're the best team in the league, and they know it. When you're the biggest dog, throw that muscle around, keep the rest of the pack in line.
Listen, nobody should be surprised by how they're playing. This team is loaded.
And that is it for halftime.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What a game we're seeing from Speedy.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Castle is out there with Carter, and it's Johnson in at the small forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I personally love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic. Well, they keep going to him, and he keeps delivering.
Pass to Craig. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. A shot by Carter, nobody around. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Bulls trail by 7. Over in the corner, White. Here's Vucevic. And again, no good by Chicago.
Not a great start to the second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. White inside. Giddey, no one around him. Bulls with the fresh shot clock. Levine wide open. Bangs home the trifecta. Levine's got 6 points in the quarter.
Levine getting quick with it that time, changing it up.
Spurs leading by 4. You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. Craig kicks to Giddey. The Bulls keep it alive. And the rejection by Wembanyama. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's White. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Carter. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And if you thought the break would slow him down, you were wrong. He remains red hot from deep.
White. Rebounded by the Spurs. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Levine deciding where to go with it. High post Vucevic. Poked loose. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Right now it's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Both teams will make substitutions. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And you look at Carter, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Explosive move by White, going right up to the rim.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Carter inside the three-point line, and another basket for San Antonio.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Giddey against Barnes. And Giddey gets it to go.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Fires away from way outside. And it's Carter missing. Outside ball. Giddey. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Spurs, up 11. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
It's not going to be easy. We got to stay with it when it's not going well. We're all right. Come on, a lot of time. It's a lot of time. Keep battling.
Well, recognizing that it's a long game and his team can come back.
Kevin, they absolutely...
Lineup here for the Bulls.
Fill the gas, MP. Get in there.
Here's White. And the rejection by Wembanyama. So for Chicago right now, Kobe White is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then it's Torrey Craig. And it's Vucevic in at the 5. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender. But the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Here's Carter. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Carter's got 41.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Spurs.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. We're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Speedy.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
And it's Speedy with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He's off on the first. Hey, Greg, Kobe won. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.